What's up, people? It's of course here, coming at you with another Rogue Company video. Today I want to go over a few quick tips to help you win more gunfights, to win more engagements, right? So I'm going to go over a couple of tips here, and then I'm going to get into some demolition matches, and I'm going to show you how these are actually implemented, right? So first and foremost, make sure that you're using your economy well. I know a lot of people are spending money on things that, because people are trying out the game. So a lot of people are running around with like katanas and baseball bats and gadgets that aren't really helpful. Try to be buying things that are going to be optimal for you actually taking out enemy players. I'm not saying that the melee weapons are terrible, but realistically, I've yet to be hit by a thrown katana, right? I mean, it's good for memeing, but if you're going up against a tier 3 Mamba with a katana, guess what? You about to get triple dinked and you're going down unless you're playing against a potato or you just catch them unaware, whatever. But keep that in mind. Make sure you're spending your money on things that are actually going to be valuable to you. Second, make sure that you are aiming for the head or at least the chest. Do not put your reticle down to the legs or to the ground or anything like that. Keep them up there at that mid-level, right? Like you're actually looking forward. And I know that sounds self-explanatory, but there's so many people that keep their reticle like down kind of. And I get that to some extent, because in some games I know like the recoil kicks up. But in this game, many guns don't even have kickback like that. So aim for the head all the time. Keep your gun head level, like you're playing old school Halo or something. And I promise you, when you poke around that corner and you head dink that dude twice, he's going to be panicking. And that's going to give you another advantage because now he's on the scramble, right? So keep that in mind. It's going to help you so much. Third thing here, make sure you're utilizing cover. I just talked about it a little bit with the aiming. Cover is so good in this game. I mean, think about this. If you're behind cover and you're like right at the edge of the wall, right? You can see around that wall. You can see people who are running around and they can't see you. That means you can pop out of that wall or from around that wall and you can just dink somebody up real quick, get back in cover. And now they're on the defensive a little bit, right? They have to make a choice. Do I push? Do I run? Do I get back with my team? What do I do? And that's what you want. You want to be making the enemy team make more decisions than you have to make, right? Because when you're making multiple choices, that's when you start to make mistakes. So that's my logic for that. Another thing here, and it kind of goes with cover, make sure that you're using the shoulder swap. I still see a lot of people not using this, and it's so good, right? If you use the shoulder swap, you can basically stay in cover depending on the angle that you're coming from. Why not do that, right? If you're not doing that, that means that you're putting more of your body out so that people can actually hit you. And that's not what you want. So keep that in mind. Use that shoulder swap. It is so good. And the last thing that I'm going to touch on here, and then I'll move on to the gameplay. And this is plain and simple. Make sure that you're getting used to the map and just the flow of the game. You know, I was going to say something like game sense or panic, but realistically, get used to the game. Go and play some strikeout. Get that, the mode where you have like 12 lives between your team, right? Learn the maps. Get used to shooting. Get used to running and rolling and all that good stuff. Because realistically, I was going to say, get good with the combat role. But if you don't know the maps and you don't know like the engagements, combat rolling is only going to help you so much, because one of the effective things of combat rolling is combat rolling into cover. If you don't really know the map that you're playing on or the abilities that your rogue have that are going to complement that, you're not really going to do it justice. I've seen a combat roll be super effective, but I've also seen it just get people in trouble. So that's why I'm not going to put that one on here. I'm going to say instead, get used to just playing the game, jump in strikeout before he just dives right into demolition, because demolition is a different level of sweaty than strikeout. With that being said, people, let's go ahead and jump into some demolition and let's see some of these tips in actual action. All right, people, so I took a couple of clips from some earlier games because for some reason I'm having a hard time getting into matches with Rogue Company right now. But this is a pretty good gameplay, so I'll use this. As you see here, we're behind this car and we're taking, some easy headshots at this guy. And then she comes behind us, using the car for cover again. Keep that in mind, because I know I kind of harped on that a little bit, but you want to be keeping that cover because it's going to make it so hard for people to finish you, especially like right there. She had to jump on me and I was still able to turn around, use the car for cover and take her out. So we're going to keep this clip. Look at this dude. We're going to keep this clip going here, and we're going to go ahead and fully upgrade the Mamba here, I believe, or get it to tier 2. The reason that we fully upgraded. The reason that I say this is so important, like the Mamba at tier 2 can actually hip fire accurately, and then at tier 3 it gets the range, so it can actually deal decent damage at a fairly good range here. So make sure you keep that in mind, like when you're upgrading your guns, because I know I harp about upgrading guns as well, but make sure that the upgrades are actually beneficial. Like most guns, upgrading them is going to be beneficial. I can only think of a few that aren't. Like the sniper, getting it to tier 3 isn't beneficial because there's no real map that's so big to where you actually have damage drop off. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. I like this clip right here because it shows the shoulder swap, right? Now look at this. I can go ahead, swap, and then I can hug this wall, and they have to come out to the open to try to get a shot at me while I can shoot at them if they come out, right? So it's a very cheeky little spot, just like right there. So I really encourage people to do those shoulder swaps because it gives you those angles that make it so hard for people to shoot back at you. Like this girl right here, boom, boom, get her down real quick. But I did notice that this dude was behind me. But did you see that right there? Like we ended up losing this round, but look how the Mamba hit fire right there. I almost took him down. If we would have had comms going right there, we probably would have been good, but I cut comms off because sometimes when you're like recording, people are playing music and loud. So, but good stuff. I like this clip right here because we are able to completely dominate the team in this one. We went ahead and rushed this pretty aggressively too. And I think that may have caught them a little off guard. Now, as you see there, at that range, the Mamba isn't like crazy effective. So it obviously has some, you know, some damage drop off. But for the most part, it's not a bad gun. So I went back here and I checked for the flank. And then at the same time, I was checking for a flank. And that's one of those things about a little bit of map awareness, because you kind of know where the enemies are coming from. So you can go ahead, get back to cover. And then we're going to go use more cover to see if we can get that flank off again. Right here, she comes back, dink her up a little bit. Those headshots with the Mamba are nasty. Then boom, dank her down. And then this poor dude didn't stand a chance. So easy peasy. So using that cover, using that flank system worked very well for us in that situation. So now we're going over to attacking instead of defending. And as you see here, I don't upgrade anything on the start, like on first rounds, where there's attacking, defending. I always just save my money until that second round. And the reason for that basically is that you want to make sure that you can get that primary weapon on that second round. Whether you win or lose, you want to make sure that you can get your primary, because the pistol can be effective. Don't get me wrong. If you're hitting your shots with the pistol, you can do some pretty good damage. In this clip, you'll actually see that too, but everybody has pistols right now, you know. But you don't want to be going like pistol versus AR or pistol versus SMG, because you're going to lose those trades 95% of the time unless you just have a godly jump on somebody. So right here, we're checking our corners. And this is where the team jumps out on us. Like they got the high ground too, so they kind of had us at a, they had the advantage here, but you know, I'm able to get some reses off here, or a res off here, and then dink this dude, and that gave us the assist. Ooh, poor girl. So I was able to get Dima, but I couldn't save our girl right there. Then this dude comes back, or he comes from around that corner. He didn't even know we were there. And there's the thing, stand and cover. Then our team goes around, finish it up. So that's what I'm talking about. Using that wall as cover and dinking people, allowing my team to go finish them up. That's the way to do it. You don't need to be super aggressive in this game. Use that cover, take people down, and notice your team is going to capitalize. And right here, I went ahead and I grabbed the Mamba, and then I got that helping hand. The reason for that, like I say, you always want to make sure you're upgrading that tier or that secondary weapon. And then you want to make sure that you're actually getting perks that are going to benefit you or the team. So helping hand is what I feel like is the most beneficial right now overall, because it's going to make sure that I'm getting my teammates up like what, in 6 seconds, which is dope. I don't even need to be by them. And then while my drone is rezzing, I can go res somebody in 4 seconds. So it's super cool. So this was a pretty good clip right here as well. So we went ahead and took this. Now, as you see here, one of our people gets downed immediately, and that's like an amazing deal for the enemy team, right? Like if Saints wasn't there, I would have had, or if I wasn't there as Saints, I would have had to run out and actually res that person. But since I have my drone, I can actually just res them like that. Now look around this corner, there's nobody there, right? And we're still covered completely. So now we can actually move up a little bit, see if we can get a little flank going. And there's somebody right there, right? And they know I'm there too. Like I realized, hit them for a little bit. Then my person sees them there, boom, we go in. And there we go, a little bit of tick damage. You know, what do we hit him for, like 15? But it's all good. Any little bit of damage is going to help your team get the kill.
Hang on.
45 seconds left.
Ooh, I don't look at those loud footsteps. See, the thing about Trench, like he ran up on us right there, but Trench running up doesn't always end well because he's such a good like defender. Him running up just isn't as effective as him like suppressing you from a distance.
You okay? You okay?
So yeah, we went ahead and got this girl up right here, just so that you know, we can make it a 2v1 instead of a 1v1. Because this guy was actually hitting his shots, like low key. He was doing some pretty good damage. Go ahead and get my health back here.
10 seconds left.
He's dinking. Now, smart thing that she did here, she went ahead and laid the bomb.
Don't let them
And then that's going to force him to have to move, right? Because he's either going to sit there and wait and lose, or he's going to try to go in 2v1 and lose. But we go ahead and push him because he's weak. Little hip fire. GG. So this is the last clip that I think is worthy of showing here. This is the game-winning clip. We go ahead and rush in a little bit. And this one, like half our team gets dinked up pretty quick, actually. So we go ahead and use this trip mine. I haven't found the trip mines to be super useful. Like every once in a while, I can strike out. I can get some good ones. Every once in a while in demolition, somebody will be foolish enough to run into it. Then this guy goes down. But we're able to two-dink my man. So easy. Now look at that wall for cover. Boom. He goes down. And now if you listen, you can hear some more footsteps. And then we just turn around. Bink. Get out of here, bucko. Then we dink him down pretty quick.
No enemies remaining. Well
And then
done.
my sniper girl is able to finish it up. And that's going to be it, people. That's how you use some of these techniques in actual play. Hopefully I can get some more gameplay for you soon. Rogue Company's been having some server issues, so it's been hard to really get in there and get some full matches. But hopefully soon they'll get it situated, like I said before. In any case, though, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to become a member of the Ors Force, and get more Rogue Company videos. If there's any video you would like me to make sure to put that down in the comments. And I also want to say thank you to the couple of people who found my supporter creator code in the comments and used it, because I didn't ask in videos or anything like that. So I appreciate you doing that, because I know you don't have to do that. So it means a lot. I appreciate that. And with that being said, people, we will see you in the next video. This is Ors, of course. Peace.